Hi, we're back. This is the second half of the show for March 28th, 2017. And we do it in sections because we seem to lose it if we go too long. So anyway, we're just doing this. Maybe a smaller bite is better for you. But now it's time for the second half of the show, which is the Luddite Lounge. We've talked about global fascism, but you know, one of the tools of global fascism is technology, the technocracy, as I like to call it, or the trolletariat, because it seems to attract trolls for some reason. But the technocracy wants to do a lot of things like eliminate cash, so every transaction will be recorded, and that's actually a biblical thing. It's in a scary book of the Bible called Revelation, you know. Anyway, there was some interesting news, and what I want to do in the Luddite Lounge is kind of talk about technology, because I think that the press is pretty much cheerleaders for technology, and I want to take a more critical look at it because it's really changing our lives, and they've used it as an excuse to foist this global fascism on us, and you know, it's creating a 24/7 surveillance state. And when you say the state, you're really talking about the corporation, because they're the ones that serve the state. And there was a story in the Wall Street Journal today, I think, about Amazon Go. That's their new store they want to open. I think it's a convenience store. And they're planning to open a convenience store, a grocery store, and something else. And this is a convenience store with no cashier, no cash. And what it does is it uses cameras and sensors and algorithms to watch customers, to track customers and what they pick up, and to identify customers. And they record the whole thing. And the story was about how they're going to not be able to roll it out as soon as they wanted, because evidently if there's more than 20 people in the store, they can't keep tabs on everyone. So that's a good thing to know. But you know, technology has already stolen our private lives. And without a private life, you're not free. And, you know, Winston Smith was the lead character in 1984. And Winston Smith had no private life. He was constantly watched by the surveillance cameras, by the telescreen in his home, which might have been a Samsung telescreen. Winston Smith lived in a one-party totalitarian state. And it was all about the elites and the rich and what they wanted. And when he tried to resist it, he was tortured. And we have torture too. Yes, and none of the technocrats care about torture. They're all fine with that. So technology really is a tool of global fascism. And it's a very effective tool for the few to control the many. And you guys like to pay to be tracked with your iPhones and your cell phone service. I don't, but I know I'm still tracked because the license plate scanners track me when I drive, and the cameras, there's cameras everywhere. So we also live in a one-party state like Winston Smith in 1984, because we have just really a one party. It's one fascist party with two branches, the Republican branch and the Democratic branch. And they both love global fascism. They're both hating on Trump because the Republicans love global trade. They love trading with tyrants and paying 85 cents an hour to build the most sophisticated product on earth. They love that. And they don't want to give it up. So, you know, if you vote Democratic or you vote Republican, you're voting for fascism. And this Trump guy is the first guy that even gives lip service to the working class. So we'll see. Hopefully we can hold him to it. But the internet certainly has taken our freedom away. And I cut this out of today's paper, if you'll look at that. See that? Invest in the future of security. It's a RoboCop. And this is an ad to get in on the stock. It's a mini IPO, it's called. And look at this little cop. It's going to go around and spy on us, and you can see it. It has like a little cop hat, you know, and it has a little, you know, blinking light on top, and it's going to somehow prevent crime. Anyway, they're trying to get you. So it's not going to get better with technology. It's only going to get worse. It's going to make Winston Smith in 1984 look like a utopian novel instead of a dystopian novel. I think that's what we have in store for us. But the internet is a major, besides taking away our freedom and our privacy, it's a major contributor to global warming and air pollution. Because the internet uses the same amount of fuel every day as all worldwide aviation. And as you know, it takes a lot of fuel to get a plane up into 50,000 feet or 30,000 feet. And there's a lot of fuel used in aviation. And the reason is because the servers drink so much power, they heat up. And if they heat up, they shut down. So you have to air condition the server. So you have this thing that's like a hair dryer, getting hotter and hotter. So you have to air condition it. And that's also, we can do this, you know? So you can watch this video and you can chat on Facebook and do all these things. And it's not just the servers, but the manufacture of the hardware and the disposal of the hardware also has a huge environmental impact. And take the aquifers of Silicon Valley. They use these terribly toxic solvents to clean the silicon chips there, and they destroyed their aquifers forever. You cannot use the groundwater in Silicon Valley anymore, and we will never be able to use it again. That is the kind of damage that technology has started, digital technology in particular. So it's technology that really is driving our ecological problems, whether it's global warming or the air or the water. Technology has never fixed an environmental disaster. Never. The disaster of global warming will not be fixed by battery-powered cars, because battery-powered cars are charged by power plants, and they burn at least natural gas, if not coal, or nuclear power, and that's a really mess, you know? Technology only creates environmental disasters. It created global warming. It creates polluted water. It creates the toxic Superfund sites. It creates radiation contamination like Fukushima. You can thank technology for all of that. And you can't clean up a Superfund site. You can only move it and create another Superfund site. I mean, where are they going to put all this contaminated soil from Fukushima? Well, they're going to have to contaminate some other place. These big slag piles that Peabody Coal is just getting out of having to clean up, full of zinc and lead. I mean, they're mountain ranges. What are you going to do? Just put it somewhere else and pollute some other place. So technology is causing these problems, and technology is not solving them. Oh, they promise it. They promise you'll be free or you'll be happy or you'll be richer, but none of those things are true. They're all lies. And no one at the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times is going to tell you that. You know, even the windmills they build, they say, oh, we'll power our Teslas with windmills and solar panels. Well, they also have huge environmental downsides. A windmill is made from aluminum, and aluminum smelting is the most energy-intensive metal smelting there is. And so you have to burn literally a mountain of coal to make a windmill. So how have you saved the environment? Not to mention killing the birds, but we've talked about that before. And who wants to look at acres and acres of solar panels? Not me. And I don't want to look at a landscape full of windmills either, to tell you the truth. But that's just me. I certainly don't want to live next door to a moaning windmill. So, you know, still kicking with Billy Howard, we want to discuss these serious technology issues that the mainstream press ignores. Still kicking with Billy Howard wants to explore and shine the light on global fascism that is so utterly destructive of society. And if you want to get out from under the global corporate rule and its perpetual global war on terror and the high-tech 24/7 surveillance state, then Still Kicking with Billy Howard is the show for you. Let's fight together for our community. Let's fight together for our privacy. Let's fight together for our freedom. Let's fight together for our economy and our wages. Let's fight together for our jobs. And please, let's fight together for our very souls. You know, I know you all think I'm a huge dinosaur to resist all this, but I don't know how you can't see how unfree we are right now. We are 1984. It is here. We have surpassed it. But it's not hopeless. Together, we are powerful. Trump is only the first evidence of our power. The working class, the people who were so ridiculed and derided by our elites, by our global elites, won this election. The working class won this election. And we must keep trying, and we must persist against these evils. Even if Donald Trump fails, we must persist, because we'll find somebody else. We'll find another way. Somebody out there on the internet. Silence is the voice of complicity, and silence is the voice of cowardice. Now, my producer Pete isn't going to be here next week to do the show, so we're going to do it on Sunday and post it then. So the next show will be Sunday. Thank you for watching Still Kicking with Billy Hauer. We'll be back next week, that is, if I'm still kicking. Live up, be free, and remember, I do this show because I love you, and I love the United States of America.